Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of soul care.
Hello, everybody. This is James from Prague. How are you? And welcome to SoulCARE Intensive today on the 20th of July. It's Thursday, and it's where we take things to the next level, if you will. And I'm all ready for you. I've had a very busy weekend. I hope you guys have. I'm going to get my screen ready so I can see everybody. Come on in. There we go. Comments. There we are. Hello, Heather. First one in, Heather. Thank you. The Writer Within course. Yes, it's going to happen this November, October, November. We're actually doing it right now. We're scheduling it right now. And it's going to start with the, I think of starting with having people in person at a seminar, weekend seminar to start the course. So that'll be in October. So look, what do you think about that, Heather? You like that idea? So we come out here in California for a weekend and we sit and we do a seminar where I give you the details as far as the outline of what this course is about, how to start the book, talk about different formats you might have, different titles, different ideas you might have, help with that. I think I'd start off the course that way. That's my idea is. And then it'll be ongoing. So what do you think of that, Heather? Let me know what your thoughts are. Hi, Damien. Hi, Elsie. Hi, Bonnie. Good to see you again, Bonnie. Good day in Florida. Very good. See you on Solution. What is Solution, Barbara? I don't know what that is. Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, Julie. Hello, Alexandra. I've had a very nice time this week working a lot. And I worked with the Shift Network. I'm doing a mediumship course there. It's almost done. But we're going to do a summit also coming up. So you'll hear about that. And I worked with my Mediumship 1 students, and we did a 2-hour event the other day. And that was really, really fun. Really, really great. And because of that, I'm going to talk to you today about a course that I have in the school, which I think will be beneficial for everybody. So I was talking to the students, I thought, where can we go next for them or begin with? That would be a great foundation for your own intuitive work and your own sense of self, your own soul, starting that connection with yourself. So I picked one out for everybody. I'm going to talk about that. Solstice, Barbara, that's tomorrow, right? 21st, Barbara? 21st. Is that right? And the summer solstice is June 21st. So we're off in July here. So I'm not sure. Is that right? Hi, Doreen. Hi, Karen Sweeney. Barbara from New York City. How are you? Jenny Berlin. James, would you tell me of my Buddha, my longtime Papa who asked so much? Oh, Ann, I'm not doing readings right now, but I know that your doggy is around, Ann. Now, why do I say that to you? Because right before we got on the phone call, so this is for you, and they come in different ways. My graphic artist who works on the visuals for the different pages here, I'm doing a blog. I just finished a blog, and she gave me the 2 different graphics, and she said, which one do you choose? And the graphics were one of a Buddha, and the second one was of a dog. So there you go. There's your sign. So your dog is definitely around you. And I was at the dog park today talking to some friends about our dogs, and someone's dog had just passed. And it's a hard, to me, it's one of the hardest things going on. But besides a child, I think losing an animal is really tough because it's such unconditional love. And it's tough. So I find that with my dog, Pearl, I want to get really close to her, but I'm very aware of my situation with my other dog, Maisie. And I'm like, holding back a little bit. I don't want to, but it's tough. It's a tough one for sure. But they feel your love. If anything, when my dog, Maisie, had to put her down, she came right to me in my truck. I got out of the vet and drove to a nursery. I didn't know where to go. So I drove to a nursery. And I was on the way to the nursery. She came right to me. And it was this puffed white, fluffy thing. And she was licking my face. And it was really wonderful. So, life, there's no death. We just lose our skin. We just move on. It happens all the time, every day with cells in the bodies. And it's not a big deal when death happens. It's actually an opening. It's a rejoice. It's happiness. It's going back home. This is not our home. And we get back our memory of who we are. So celebrate because the doggy is always around. The animals are around us. Our loved ones are always around. Hi, Crystal Burgess. Are you only one for event in Encinitas? Yes, I'll be doing an event in Encinitas July 28th, and that's in person. and it's just me on stage for 2.5 hours. I'm also going to do a reception before that out in the courtyard. I wish I could drink, but I can't. But it'll be some drinks there for people, some eating, some hors d'oeuvres, signing some books, and seeing people. So that's at the Seaside Center for Spiritual Living, and that is in Encinitas. And it's a beautiful forum. It's a beautiful venue. And I told them there 2 weeks ago when I went to speak. I've been to many, many centers all over the world, and it's not because it's in my own backyard, but it is one of the most integrated, aware centers where people really care, and there's a true community there. And I'm very happy to say that it's part of my world here, my village where I live, my town. I don't go there all the time, but if I went on a regular basis to a gathering of a church that's where I'd go. Lovely, lovely. And it's based on Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind. So thoughts are things. It's really, really important. Christine Brown from Wales, UK. Wow, Christine, where in Wales are you from, darling? I have some friends of mine, my relatives in South Wales, near Newport. So just curious where you're from. And Anna from South Africa. Where in South Africa are you from, sweetheart? You're very welcome, man. Crystal Burgess, I went last year. Looking forward to seeing you again. Oh, got good things. Good, Crystal. Yeah, I was with Gordon Smith, the Happy Mediums. Remember last year, the Happy Mediums? Remember that? The Happy Mediums. Here's a picture of myself and Gordon. Gordon Smith is a Scottish medium, one of the best in the world. And here we are together that evening. Remember, Crystal, we're wearing kilts because he's Scottish. And I'm making this into a TV show right now. I got just presented to some producers in LA that Gordon and I are going to go around the world in our kilts and doing readings. And I'm going to different villages all over and doing some work. And Gordon has a wonderful sense of humor. And here's yours truly in this place. I love that one. That's hysterical. Am I really thinking that much? And there's Gordon. He's a very good artist, excellent artist. It's so interesting how many some medium, not every medium I know, but a lot of excellent mediums. I talked about this yesterday with my friend, another great medium, Kelly White. That it's that creative force, that creative energy that we use to do mediumship, and everybody has that prana, that creative energy. Every single person has that. And I was also speaking about this to my mediumship students yesterday on their call, the 2-hour call, where we were doing breakout rooms and so forth. And such a great group of people. And it's really true. It's how you use that creative energy. So some people use it as in art. Some people use it as a housekeeper or taking care of a family. Some people use it as baking. Some people use it accounting. Some are engineers. It just depends on how you use that creative energy, which way you're going to focus it. And that has to do with, I think, your soul makeup and your innate talents and what you came back here to do. So I think that's all part of it. But I know a lot of creative people are mediumistic, and I'm very good with art as well. And I'm good with landscape design. I'm good at interior design, and it's just something very natural to me. So a lot of artists, a lot of mediums, well, artists are mediums, just again, using paint. Oh, I'm sorry there, Anna, you lost your son. I'm hoping that this helps. Anna Elizabeth, 2 times, 3 different people have seen my face change. And a constant kind of change for about 20 minutes. The face of old women and men in front of my face and some kind of fog. That scares me. What is happening? Nothing to scare you, Anna, and not at all. Just the opposite. So we call that overshadow. So if you're in another form of mediumship, is really where the spirit you'll get to a point you just relax, and they can show themselves upon your face. They project themselves upon your face. So nothing to be scared of. It's like mediumship, but they're actually seeing them. I do that in my exercises. I do that a lot when I do workshops. Nothing to be scared of. It really isn't, sweetheart. Don't put that energy out there. It's actually very positive, and you have control. Do not worry. Okay. Susan Forrest, wow, it's been a year already since Happy Medium. I'm flying by. Sparkle, sweet soul. Thank you. Yes, it's been July. A year ago this month, we did that, the Gordon Smith. So it's been a long, long time. Hello from Minnesota. Hi, Irene. Elena, what do you do when you have no idea what your purpose is? I go try to find out what my purpose is by going inside myself. That's what you do. So you first have a connection with who you are, And that's really, really important. That's how you discover who you are. You go in what's called the art of discovery. You find out who you are. You go in within yourself and you feel what works for you in your heart, not your head. And it's not something that'll come to you very quickly. We got to slow it down. And it's an art of discovery. Go in with this, yourself and start having a relationship with your inner self. It's really important. I wanted to talk today about that. Probably has something to do with it. Annie from OK. You love the meditation course. Thanks, Mitzi. You love the meditation course. I really appreciate that. That's a great, great course. But today I want to talk about, because a lot of people, just like that question, want to know where to begin. What should they do first as far as a course in my school of mystical arts? And I looked at all the courses, and for basic beginning, if you will, a great foundation course is the JVP Psychic and Intuitive course. It's called the JVP Psychic and Intuitive Certification course. And it's really, really a good course, because in that course, I talk all about opening up your psychic portals. Really important to learn what the art of meditation is, the beginning of it, how important the breath is, what you use, how do you use the breath to open yourself up. Another one very important is discovering, understanding, and sensing energy. And that's a really important one. So it's discovering what energy feels like, what the energy fields around you are like. And when you become so aware of those subtle energies, you're able to feel or sense when another energy comes into that space. And with that, you can identify what that energy is. But there are wonderful techniques and exercises that I share in that Discovering, Understanding, and Sensing Energy module in that course. So it's a psychic certification course. It also includes harnessing your psychic self, harnessing your psychic abilities, exercises, and how to harness that sense of knowingness. And there's a whole video list of all different wonderful ways of grounding yourself, how to ground yourself properly, how to run your energy properly, getting into what called the knowingness, knowing that sense, having that sense, that subtle sense of awareness of knowing who you are. I also talk about scanning the energy. So it's important that we can scan someone's energy or our own energy. And we sense when the energy, it flows through the body, the top of the head, all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And you'll get to a point where you're able to scan about what feels right and what feels blocked. And if something feels blocked, then I know that it's coming from either mental, spiritual, emotional, or physical situation. Many times, let's say you just lost somebody, you'll feel it within your heart space. So it might be a blockage as you're scanning. It's like, oh, I feel blocked here. It's almost like feeling dammed. There's a dam in the way that the energy can't flow. So more than likely, if you get the heart, it's an emotional blockage. So we go into the emotional blockage, say, what am I blocked about? What is it causing me? And you look at it and you work with that. You work with a block to alleviate that block in whatever ways it's teaching you. So that's part of also in this course. It's a really, really great one, scanning the energy. That's part of it. And also connecting heart to heart. So when you read someone on a psychic level, your heart to their heart. And first you have to have a relationship with your heart. And so I go through all of what that means and how to do that, discovering that heart self of yourself, who you are. So I also talk about get all the different clairs, clairsentient, clairvoyance, clairaudience. I go into all the clairs and details. And also I go to the key steps for building a spiritual, your spiritual self, and also, who you are as a spiritual being. So it's a good course. So I wanted to mention that one today because it's one of the best basic courses of getting into who you are as a psychic being, understanding yourself. So it's open up your psychic portals self. Yeah. Discovery. It's Psychic Intuitive Certification course. And you get a certification after they've taken the course. And it's a good basic course for psychic intuition work. That's really what it is. So I wanted to mention that. So if you'd like to get a course, that's and you want to know about grounding and centering and sensing energy and reading someone the proper way and really honoring it, that's a good course. And go check it out. It's on the school. Okay. In the comments here, we put the links. Renee put the link in under my name. You just click on that, brings you right to it. Okay. Oh, thanks, Renee. There you go. There we are. There it is. That's really cool. Yeah, there we go. There, that's it. Hard to read, but yep. There's so much. Those are just highlights. I mean, there's so much to it because I'm so passionate. I put everything in there, but the kitchen sink, but it's done in a very clear way of understanding it, very concise, easy to understand, beginning, middle, and lots and lots of videos. And I look younger because I did it a while ago, but it's still very, very valuable. Thank you, Renee. That's great. Good. Diane Rinaldi says, it was really meant for me to be here today. Well, I don't get to listen to you in person. Love you and Kelly. Thank you, Diane. And I do believe you're meant to be here today. I believe there are no accidents. I believe if we open ourselves up and we surrender, that we're led. We're definitely led. And strange things, almost like, oh, I got to go back to my room and get that item or brush my teeth or whatever. And just by doing that, you might have prevented something else from happening somewhere else. It's just weird little things like that. But the more you listen to that inner knowingness, the more you're guided. And it's such a freedom to have the inner guidance, to have that intuitive self, to use that soul knowledge that we're born with. Why do we not listen to that? Why don't we make choices in life based upon our soul self, based upon what's the right thing for our soul instead of the wrong thing? And listen with your heart instead of your head, because the head can be very critical and very judgmental and very analytical, where really the heart is where the soul is. It's go with the heart of the matter. That's really what the truth is. And because we're souls are loving beings, this is where love is. Fear is in the head. Fear limits one, right? Just saying. It makes a lot of sense. The truth is very, very simple. Jay would love to know who is not by my side and what are they telling me. So, Janie, are you going to go do the work to do that? I think it'd be more helpful for you to sit in the quiet and do that. I think you should start with the meditation course, the spiritual meditation course. It's a great course for you to sit in the quiet. It's all about sitting in the stillness of your being and being aware of who's in that space with you. And, it'd be easy for me to say, well, this person is here. But to me, as a teacher, I'm here to help people. And it's up to everybody if they want to take the time to develop and progress. And there'll be a lot more out of it than me telling you who's standing next to you. You actually can do that yourself when you tune into the energy around you and yourself. And it will help you with your whole life. So that's why I have to tell you these things. I can just say, oh, this person's next to you. It doesn't mean anything in that respect. I do that when I do readings, which next Wednesday, I'm doing a night of reading. So if you want to register for that, you can. But me sharing with you about these courses, it'll change your life. There. The evening of spirit messages next Wednesday, 26th. A small group of people, so very small. So you sign up, good chance to get a message. Okay. Julie West, moving soon. Hopefully everything will work out. Nervous. Julie, what are you nervous about? What's the worst that can happen, Julie? Don't be nervous. Don't give energy. Don't give worry. Worry is a wasted human emotion. So, in other words, turn that nervousness to look forward to the future. Wow. What's it going to be like to move? The new adventures you're going to have. What's it going to look like? Oh, what can you do in this new place? Oh, can you design it a certain way? Can you get curtains up or pictures or is there a nice little garden there? Or what are you going to do? Can you change jobs? It's going to be an exciting adventure. So look at it that way instead of worrying about it. The other thing I want to mention here is, please, at the bottom of the screen, says press like and share this live streaming to help grow the channel. If you would, I appreciate it to get the word out with community. I'm not an influencer. I don't know how that works, but I know that if you like the page, more people will be open to seeing this type of this work, this type of spiritual work, and helps them. It helps people. That's what it's about. Julie, hi, Julie. Do you believe in deja vu experiences? I do. I think I had one a couple of days ago, and it was really weird. It can be weird. Something happened, and then it happened over again, like a movie. I can't explain it very well, but it was just weird. Does that make sense? Yes, Julie, it does make sense. And you're weird. We're all weird, Julie. So deja vu experience to me, my experience from deja vu, is number one, many people think, well, that was a past life. It could be a past life experience in that if we go somewhere, we feel we've been there before, or you meet someone, you feel like I've met them before. That could definitely be past life experiences. On the other hand, another way to look at it would be that every night we go to sleep, every night when we go to sleep, our soul leaves out of the top of the head, which is a crown chakra, and you travel into what's called the astral world, those worlds that are around the earth. and you see your guides, your teachers, your loved ones, and many times you will learn about lessons that are upcoming in the future for you in the earth life, what certain lessons or certain situations you're going to be going through, and you kind of learn how to handle that situation. So then I believe when it happens, and finally when it happens in the physical world, a day, a month, a year later, there's a part of you in the consciousness that says, wait a minute, this is familiar to me. I've lived this before. I know this. So I think it's because we've looked at it from the other side of life earlier on. To me, that's close to deja vu. That what I feel. So it could be one of both of those things. Good question, Julie. Betty Stevens says, most of my family is psychic, but also perhaps Catholic. So a lot of them think I'm crazy. Good. I think it's good to be crazy. I'm crazy too. I was Catholic. I grew up with Catholic, that dogma. And I was going to be a priest, dogma. I think that, listen, it's I don't want to put anyone's religion down, but everybody's different. And for some people, they need that religion as a grounding for them, or they need to belong to a community because they have no sense of who they are. Or they don't take the time. It's easier to follow than to lead, right? So they'd rather follow the rules and a way of, that organization. I personally have trouble with the Catholic Church, and I was going to be a priest with the hypocrisy, because here you have a pope and you have all this the richest landowners in the world, yet there's always the poor there, and they could sell a lot of their land and properties and artifacts and artwork to bring riches to the world. So what's that about? Jesus was never a person that wanted a religion. Never. It was the way the political world worked at the time, but never wanted that. So I don't know. I have a lot of issues with this situation, but I have a lot of issues with most religions. So what can I say? The only religion I really believe in is love. Love is my religion. Susan Mason. Okay. Susan Mason. Hi, James. Sometimes I feel heat around me. When it does, I find that someone has happened, mostly family. Is it spirit letting me know? Curious about this. So it could be, Susan, it's a psychic impression. So that might be an intuitive tell. I call them intuitive tells, where you get that energy. Now, you might be able to talk to your guides and say, let me receive that in a different way. But it might be easier if you receive it that way. So you can work with your guides and say, show me it, or present it to me in a different way. If that's uncomfortable for you, they can do that. But number one, it's important that you're aware of it. Number one, you're aware that is happening, that's possible, which is good. So that's the first step. All right. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay. All right. Thanks, sweetheart. Alexandra, I had a dream at this night. My daughter, 6, dies. Okay, because she can't breathe, and I feel helpless because the people by here wouldn't let me hear her. I think saying I was so confused. Woke up. Well, so you have a daughter right now. So, a death in a dream also represents endings. So it could be something, that ending of your daughter. So an ending in her life, an ending of an experience with you and your daughter. It doesn't necessarily mean death, physical death right away. It doesn't mean that. It could mean the end, more likely the ending of a situation with you and her, or something she's going through. So I wouldn't look at it necessarily that always means that. It doesn't always mean it. Okay. We always, as humans, tend to go to the negative instead of the positive. And then it's something else. Ellie, it's good to be crazy. It keeps bad energy from being around you. That's true, Ellie. It's so true. I can't tell you how many people look at me like I'm really weird, which is good. I like that. They just don't understand you. So if someone doesn't understand you, they immediately judge you and think you're weird, you're crazy. Good for them. What other people think of me is none of my business. So I can just be crazy, whatever judgment, label we want to put on it, and have fun with it. I'm a little boy that's never grown up. That's another way of looking at it. So, and I find a lot of people get very jealous and envious of those who are fun, loving, joyful, innocent people. I recently just got off the phone with a meeting on the phone with some people, and up in LA, they're very stoic people and very joyless people. I'm like, wow, I wonder what happened to these people here. They're very, I don't know what's going on, very joyless and not happy, and a lot of head stuff going on, and worries. And I'm like, wow, I'm glad I'm not in that space of worrying all the time and not being in control of my life and caring what other people think. And It's not living life. You're just existing, and not existing in a happy way either. I lifted my screen. There we go. That's good. Okay. Those are all my books that I have. I've written. I haven't. I've read. Some I've written. But next Monday, Both Sides Now, Kelly White and I are going to do a whole show on our favorite spiritual books. So that'll be really cool. That's next Monday night. So you're going to love that one. And I've had a library for 40 years. I've had to let some things go, which is very hard for me because besides my pets, my books are my favorite. Okay, more than humans, I admit it. All right, fine. So there we go. Hi, Diane. From Scotland. Very good. We'll see you in October. I'm gradually developing and bringing through spirit for others. I am not a confident medium. That's what we need. We need confidence. But would not call myself a medium as I'm just really starting. My question is, Diane, please take Mediumship 1. Please, I beg you. Please take it. It'll help you. Take it because every medium works differently. I'm a pretty good teacher in that. And my Mediumship 1 students yesterday just were so over the moon. And I really would like you to take it. It's a good course. And I've been doing, online, like live videos too. So look into that. I can bring through people for others. My intuition is increasing too. It would be. I have even seen my spirit guides. Good. I'm unable to connect to my own relatives for the past. I can't connect with my relatives either, Diane. It's hard to be objective because you're opening yourself up, but is it wishful thinking? Is it part of your own self? I don't know many mediums that can bring through their own relatives. It's just such a hard thing to do because we can't be objective. But the most important thing is you develop your own ability, your own soul self, and don't question it, but take the time to develop. It's really, really important. Okay. Herrera Maria Angel says, once they've passed away, part of your energy goes with part of their energy goes with them. That's why you may suffer some injuries or some illness. Herrera, I don't fully understand what you said. Once they've passed away, that part of your energy goes with them. I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think that your energy goes with them. No, I don't believe that. I think that the memories and the love continues on, goes with them. Where do they go? They go around you. So I think it's just because we miss them in the human way. We miss the physical part of them, but we still keep intact of who we are. There might be a grieving, of course, and upset, but we don't lose our energy. That's for sure. If you are kind of worried about them over and over again, that's depressing. That maybe deplete us a little bit, but they don't take our energy. Okay. Tracy, hi. Mediumship course is amazing. Highly recommend. Thank you, Tracy. I thank you very, very much. I do too. It's hard for me to push my own stuff, but I have to because it's worth it. It's good stuff. And I want to help people. And a lot of people's lives change. So, Ellie, yes, who cares? I would rather be, what other people think she's talking about. Yes, who cares? I seem to attract people that I don't want to be around. I love that. Yes, I'm a happy person, and my doggy makes me feel like I'm 10 years old, not 65. So, Ellie, that's a good one. I agree with you. You seem to attract people that I don't want around me. I love that. Isn't that great? I know, me too. I know. But so when that happens, you remember I said that the quote that I always say, that every day in your life, people that come on your path are your teacher or your students. So what are you learning from those people that you don't want to be around? So tune into them and feel, what's the energy about? Is it about you being more compassionate? Is it about you forgiving? Is it about you being more understanding? So what exactly is it that's bothering you? Because, people that come in our lives are really a reflection of ourselves. So you got to ask yourself that. And that's fun, Ellie. And it's a great way of art discovery, the art of discovery, finding out more about yourself through others. So remember, like attracts like, and they're your teachers or students. But remember also, when you put yourself in that high vibration of love, laughter, humor, that high frequency of joy, the energy around you is that same energy of love and joy. And sometimes we'll attract those who need that in their lives. And they're attracted, it's like moths to a flame. We attract those who need that. So sometimes we have that as well. Those people come to us all the time. People come to me, ask me questions, not knowing who I am. I'll be at an airport or I'll be at a store and they'll come over to me and start talking. I think that astrologically, I'm a Sagittarius moon. And I found a lot of people that have Sagittarius in their chart, dominant in their chart, whether it's rising or sun or moon. That Sagittarius is a natural counselor. So people tend to recognize that energy and just go right. Sorry, kids. All right. Corey, what does it mean if I experience my soul energy as bright white light with a silver shine? I think you're tuning into your energy. That's exactly right. I've seen many, many people who have a white, bright light with a silver tone to it. So that's me as you're tuned into your spirit energy. Very good. I see it a lot. That's the colors I see a lot when people either, when I'm seeing their energetic body, when they leave the body, physical body at time of death, or they, I'm very tuned into who they are during a reading, and I'll see that energy field around them. And many times it's that white, silvery color. Very good. Connie, does the mediumship class take help with protection and from bad energy and draining energy? Yes, Connie, it does address that very, very much so. And it makes you responsible for your space, your energy field, and it helps you to detect who's in that space, who is on the same vibration of you, the frequency of love, or who is not, and how to shield yourself away from negative energy. Because there's negative energy out there. And how do you recognize that's negative energy? So the course goes in depth about that. Mhm. Very good. Bernadette, how does channeling work? Bernadette, there's a lot to it. It's not a simple answer, but it's in the mediumship course, we talk about that. It's opening yourself up. You're a soul, and this is very simplistic because it goes really into detail, but you are an energetic vessel, a vessel of that energy of a spirit, and you bring them through. You channel and bring them through as the vessel, and you speak with them, with their energy, that energy that you're bringing through. You can speak as them, you can speak from them. So different ways of communicating. So channeling, bringing through. How about addiction recovery? Wow, good for you, Vanetta. Good for you. How about addiction recovery? I don't know what the question is, but I congratulate you for recovery. Addiction it's the number one lesson we have in this earth world is addiction. And we're not talking alcohol or drugs. We're talking about love, dysfunctional relationships, um, not loving self, self-hatred, all different types of addictions are here. Food addictions too. So not loving oneself. Agoraphobic. There's all different types of addictions. We get caught up all the time. Sugar addictions, all different types of things, alcohol addictions. So this is the place to deal with your addictions. And I think sometimes that certain addictions are distractions from taking you away from who you are. I really believe that. So it's a great being recovery is fantastic because it gets you back to those 12 steps. And I use 12-step program all the time in my work. It's not called the 12-step, but the theory is definitely there with 12-step. And it's getting to know yourself. It's getting to honor who you are as a sacred vessel and that you don't need something from the outside to hamper yourself. And you don't need those distractions. And you got to be healthy, happy, and holy. And that's what you're meant to be. So once you have the relationship with yourself, in the inner self, you don't need anything to fill yourself up. You have your own love. That's what it's about. And on that, I'm going to end this today's show. So thank you, everybody. And I hope to see you in the course, the psychic course, the certification course, or it's the mediumship. And I'll see you Monday night. So have a great weekend and blessings wherever you are. Okay. Joy to you and go crazy.